G'day, I'm Ronnie Dale, and you're watching another road chat. My axe is making a lot of noise there. So we're on our way back from a tag-along tour, which we led, myself and Sienna, my daughter. Yeah. And it was a 7 nights, 8-day adventure. And an adventure it was. And I'll give you a quick briefing on what happened, like really brief. So the first night we stayed at this abandoned homestead and we had a thunderstorm around us. Awesome, spectacular lightning show. Bit of rain, you get that usually with thunder and lightning, until the storm went right above us. At which point everyone went to bed pretty early. I think it was like 9 p.m. But that's all good. You don't want to get struck by lightning.
Yeah, I went to bed really early because I thought my friends went to bed.
Yeah.
Did they go to bed?
Yeah, they did go to bed early. Everyone went to bed early. So the next day, we had a bit of a long drive down to Israelite Bay. Plenty of stuff to see on the way. Israelite Bay, awesome place, a lot of history. Then we went to Bilbunya Dunes. Actually climbed to the top of these dunes. That was crazy. That was good fun. We've done this 4 years in a row, by the way. Then day trip to Point Culver, and then up on the Baxter Cliffs. By this stage, we're looking at day 6, and then we got to Twilight Cove, the best camp in the country, I reckon, or one of the best camps in the country, the best in WA, arguably. And we had 2 days there, and now we're on the Hyde Norseman Highway on the way back to Perth. So this whole chat is about tag-along tours. What do I think about tag-along tours, and should you go on a tag-along tour? And this is unbiased. I'm gonna bring up all the cons, and I'm gonna bring up all the pros. So I guess we'll start with what they are about, for those who don't know what a tag-along tour is. So a tag-along tour is a company, an identity or whatever, has organised a trip and knows everything, knows all the areas, knows all the emergency points, knows everything about the area, knows the history about the area, and can take you out there on a guided trip and keep you safe and help you out if something happens to your vehicle or you get bogged. That's what a tag-along tour is. But really what a tag-along tour is all those things. But it's also a group of people that come together, and they're all there for the same reason. So it's very, very rare that some people don't get along. It's only ever happened once. Only ever once have 2 people had a minor altercation. That's it. Every other time, every single person feels like swapping names and numbers and email addresses and all that. So it creates like a big team effort. Everyone gets together, and some night someone will just cook up a big feed and invite everyone over to try this, try that, chop up cheeses, salamis, all that kind of stuff. Everyone gets around the fire. It's a very communal kind of thing. And what's awesome about it is all these people don't know each other. Now, the first night is always a little bit dry, but by the second night, third night, by the end of a trip like that, it's pretty cool. There's banter, and everyone knows the limitations of everyone, and everyone opens up a bit. It's pretty awesome, and everyone helps each other out, and everyone has an interesting story. And even someone like me who's travelled a lot still learn from these people. There's so much that everyone learns from a trip, and there's confidence gained. And look, there are a lot of pros. The more I'm talking about this, there's a lot of pros for a tag-along tour. So I would highly recommend you try a tag-along tour. It's just awesome. It's just good to hang out with other people and find out stories from other people. A lot of people have interesting stories from their lives, because you get all different ages. You get kids as well there. And then you get very experienced people, like in your 50s, 60s that have travelled a lot. Awesome stories they have, like untold stories. But that's pretty much a tag along in a sort of communal sense. But let's just break it down, the pros and cons now. So the pros are you get a guided trip, you can feel safe, you're looked after, you're going with people who have the same, you're there for the same reason. You're there to full drive, you're there to camp, you're there to hang around the fire, you're there to experience new things, you're there to see nature, you're there to full drive and help other people and that kind of stuff. So that's definitely a massive pro there. Another pro is a lot of people don't have friends that full drive. So everyone's got friends, but not everyone has people that full drive. So it's hard to organise a trip if you want to go with a group of people. Another reason, you are fly-in, fly-out worker. It's too hard to organise trips. And something else that most people can relate to, because this is a trouble I used to have, is you organise a trip, right? You organise this trip a year in advance, and one guy pulls out, then another guy pulls out. By the time you go on a trip, it's just yourself and a few other people, or sometimes it's just yourself because people got too busy, people couldn't afford it, So with tag-alongs, people pay up front and they pre-plan it. They've been in these situations, they want to go on this trip. So that is another major bonus. Another bonus is you want to learn how to full drive, but you're not 100% confident, you're not sure, tag-along tours. It's, you're in a safe, you're in an uncontrolled environment, but you're safe because you're in numbers and you're with a guide that knows how to recover, that kind of stuff. So there are a lot of positives here. There are many positives. Let's go to the negatives. Okay, so negatives. You're on a schedule, so if you're in a place that you wanted to stay another night in, if it's not on the schedule, you got to keep moving. In a big convoy, if you're at the back, there's a lot of dust, but I'm going to offset this con by the pro in saying that we, and I think most tag-along tour operators will cycle the convoy through, so whoever was at the back ends up being second behind the lead vehicle, so everyone gets a chance to be up front. I guess another bad point is there's more risk of delays because there's more vehicles, there's a risk of tyre punctures and stuff. Stu, got a road train coming up, a lot of dust, so I'm going to slow right down.
Yeah, copy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Ah, you hit my windscreen.
What's a windscreen?
Window.
Where is it?
I just heard it. I don't know why I'm coughing because I can see the dust. There's another car coming after it, or a truck. It's a truck.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. I gotta pull over for this truck.
Why?
Yeah, we're just talking about dust as well. I'm just talking about dust and tag-along
Yeah, I'm
tours.
crawling speed at the moment now.
Oh, he didn't give me much room.
How does it hit your windscreen?
Well, the rocks that flick off his tyres. That's when you hear that ding ding or chip chip. Oh, that noise. Okay, where were we? Yes, if someone punctures a tyre, the whole convoy is delayed, but there are many hands that it helps, so that's also, you can twist that into a pro as well, but it is a con, like you do get held up.
Stop, can't see anything at the moment.
Yeah, Roger, the second one's past you, there's nothing after it, and it's finally just clear for me now.
Yeah, it's starting to clear up, I'm picking up speed. You can see your lights way in the distance.
Yeah, Roger, I've just got you in my side mirror. Right, let's wrap this video up, eh? So let's just chat up. So, let's see. Okay, yeah. But if you do puncture your vehicle, there are plenty of people there to help you out, and you learn how to puncture your tyre if you, you learn how to plug your tyre if you've never done that before. So the conclusion, I guess, for tag-along tours, who is a tag-along tour not for? Now this will be interesting because I used to think tag-along tours are not for experienced people who know what they're going and want to go they can plan their own thing and they want to go and see something. That is not necessarily true, because on quite a few tag-alongs, especially this big one in Israelite Bayonet, it's a big one, people, very, very experienced, some with even more experience than I have, and we're talking, 50, 60-year-olds that have been full driving, they've done the Simpson 3, 4, 5 times, they've been to Cape York, they've been here, there and everywhere. They also join these trips. And one in particular on this trip, that was his first tag-along he's ever done. My point is, experienced people do join tag-alongs and they have a lot of fun. He couldn't stop raving on about it, and he was a lot of fun to have around, and yeah, it just adds to the whole experience, from beginners to experienced people. So,
I'm a beginner.
yeah, you're not a camping beginner. Well, you're not driving. Well, you did drive, didn't you? You drove a little bit. What's going on?
I'm driving.
You're driving. Yeah, she did drive it a little bit.
I drove what gear?
First gear.
First gear.
First gear low, you drove. Yes. That's for another story. Right, so, yeah, tag-along tours are for everyone, pretty much. But there are some people they're not for. If you don't like big crowds, say you're a bit of an introvert and you don't like big crowds, you don't like mingling with a lot of people, then tag-along tours are definitely not for you. You like to camp by yourself, you like to just go somewhere and camp as a base camp and stay there. Well, tag-along tours don't really do that, so there are some people tag-along tours are not for, but I would recommend that everyone just give it a crack. Just give it a crack.
Dad, you see that cloud? Looks like a crocodile.
Oh yeah, the big one, it does actually. That does look like a crocodile.
What's it called? I don't know what
It's missing the bottom part of its mouth though.
Oh.
Alright guys, thanks for listening to me having a
Hey, you're
bit of a
looking the
road
wrong
chat.
way. You're looking the wrong way. That way.
No, there's a crocodile there.
Oh, Daddy.
Oh, there's another one. There's 2 crocodiles. I see it. I gotta close this video.
There's one that...
Alright guys, as Jen will say, peace out. I'm gonna say, see ya.